Hello, welcome Magic lovers. So for this week's 4-player commander deck, I've got a deck that I affectionately refer to as Copulate. That is, the point of the deck is to make token copies of your creatures with good enters the battlefield ability, and then use the Populate ability in order to copy them. Make more of those same tokens, so you can do it over and over and over and over again. Now the deck isn't particularly good. It doesn't win particularly often, but when it goes off, it can really go gangbuster. Like one time, I made like 8 Avengers of Zendikar, and then every land you play turns those plants into just huge things. And I did it all end of turn too. Like I played an Avenger of Zendikar, and then end of turn I made a whole bunch of copies of it, and that was a very cool game. Don't think we'll be able to see anything quite like that, but hopefully I get to show what the deck can do. It is a bit of like it's kind of like a combo deck. Like there's 2 parts of the deck, and if you only draw half of it, then it's not going to be as good. Like if you draw things that make copies but not anything to populate, then it's decent. If you draw things to populate and nothing to make copies, then it's pretty bad. So the deck is banned because you need white and green for all the populate abilities, and then blue for all the token copies. And I'm playing just about every one that can be played. So there's some pretty bad cards in the deck, but they tend to work okay in the deck. And then I needed a commander that was banned. This used to be Angus Mackenzie, just for the colors, but I decided that Rune has more synergies. It at least gives you something to do if you're only drawing half of your deck. At least there's a bunch of enter the battlefield creatures, so you can play Rune and you can flicker your creatures if you've got nothing else going on. Really, you want to be doing what the deck's supposed to be doing. If you're playing Rune, it's probably not going very well for you. So let's take it to a game and see how it does. I got a game here. I'm going to keep this hand. Looks pretty decent. Can play the Elvish Visionary on turn 2. And otherwise, it's pretty good. So we got an interesting one here. We got Edgar Markov, which is known to be very good in 1v1, but not sure how good the tokens are in a format that's both really good at dishing out a lot of wraths all the time, and one where you have to kill spree opponents and not just one. We got Yashath, Big Daddy Vampire over here. When it deals damage, you reveal that many cards from the top of your library. Any number of dinosaurs you find, you put onto the battlefield. And we got Azami, Lady of Scrolls, lets you tap an untapped wizard. Can be summon sick, doesn't matter, and you draw a card. I'll lead with the Sun Petal Grove and say go. Alright, we've got a Viscera Seer for the Edgar Markov player. We got a couple of lands for the other players. I have an upkeep stop that I need to turn off. Right, Second Harvest, not really very good right now. Maybe in the future. Wouldn't mind a land. Prime Speaker's gone. No, I got another very expensive spell. Alright, so the Edgar Markov player went sideways against the Azami player with both of their creatures. We got a Spoils of Victory. Just like a into the, I can't think of the name, the Ravnica card. Except this one costs 1 more mana. This one lets you get a forest, I guess. And we got an As Foretold from Azami there. Land? Come on, land. Not a land. We got another expensive spell. So this hand looked good. It's not shaping up to actually be good. Alright, Edgar Markov vindicated the As Foretold, and then swung sideways against the Yashath player. Hey, I got a Transmute of Muddle the Mixture for Cyclonic Rift. And I drew a garbage card. I hope I not drawn a land yet. Alright, I guess we'll just tap and say go. Maybe an opponent will overload that Cyclonic Rift. I'm not sure what I throw away here. Might give away my hand, or what my strategy is if I... whatever. Second Harvest requires the most to set up. Got a Stromkirk Noble over here for the vampire player, and then they're swinging at a zombie. And saying go. Got a Trapjaw Tyrant. Whenever it's dealt damage, exile target creature an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. And we got the lady herself, the Lady of Scrolls, the zombie. Can I get a land? Or a cultivate? I mean, that's just as good, huh? Kodama's Reach. Don't mind if I do. Let's get a lot of green and a lot of blue here. We need 2 of each to cast this Prime Speaker. So let's go with that. We only got 1 white required right now. So it doesn't really matter. We're tapping the other one anyways. Man, that was beautiful. It's like a called shot. And we got a Stromkirk Captain here. Oops, Stromkirk Captain, giving everything +1/+1 and first strike. So now I might get attacked. Yep, I'm getting attacked. Oh well, I'll just take it on the chin. Yeah, a couple damage, 4 damage. I mean, if I could have traded for the Viscera Seer, I would have. Which is probably why they didn't attack me with it sooner. Alright, then the Tyrant just said go. Or the Gishath. They missed the land drop there. That's pretty unfortunate for them. Got a Jace Vern's Prodigy. Overpaying by 2 mana. Probably playing something else then. And a Throne of the God Pharaoh. Each opponent, it says, loses life equal to the number of tap creatures you control. So that's pretty good. And they're tapping our creatures to draw some cards. And I take 2 more damage at the end of turn. Well, that's a sweet card. I don't have the mana to cast it, however. So I'm going to go ahead and play the Conclave. I mean, I can cast it, but I can't equip it. So I'm going to play the Naturalist, deal with this Throne, and give me a good blocker against the 2/2s over there. Yes, please. Alright, looks like the vampires are all going at the zombie player, a zombie player this turn. Stromkirk Noble gets a little bit stronger. We got Pawn of Ulamog. Whenever it or another non-token creature you control dies, you may create an Eldrazi token. Alright, got Burgeoning for the Gishath player that missed a land drop last turn, so I'm sure they weren't happy to see that draw. And it looks like they're just tapping out for their turn, so I'm not the only one who's not drawn lands. Although my draws have been pretty decent, whereas it seems they haven't had anything to do. So they need to put another card in their graveyard in order to flip this Jace. Although Jace is just going to take a beating from all these vampires. Alright, we got a Fabricate. Fabricate gets Cage Sun. So I will be looking to destroy that. Are they just going to leave their... Oh, they're probably going to activate Jace on the instep of the Gishath player. Same thing, maybe holding up their card draw as well. They don't have enough mana to Cyclonic Rift. Alright, I drew a tapped land. I'm going to go ahead and Snapcaster this Kadama's Reach. I missed that I could do that last turn. We'll go ahead and... Maybe I should... Yeah, no, this is fine. I also have the Gavany Township, which is live. Not sure that land is specifically necessary. There's a lot of color requirements in this deck, but definitely not going to be playing the second Harvest. Just go ahead and Kadama's Reach. Probably get a plane. Do I even need a plains? I guess we get a basic plains, basic forest. Play the plains. Say go. Vampire swinging at a zombie all day. You can't be enjoying that. Got a Harmonize for the Kashath player, and then they finally hit another land. So that's good for them. Alright, they're just drawing cards from the Azami. No flipping a Jace. Alright, we got a Sorcery Speed Cyclonic Rift. Pretty sure it's correct to wait until the combat over here. At least so that, like, I can't replay everything on my turn. Oh well. They just discarded 2 counterspells, Arcane Denial and Cancel. I got a Sundering Growth. I'm going to start with the Visionary. Maybe I'll draw a land. And I'm going to duplicate the Azami even... I pretty much have to discard cards no matter what. Azami very threatening. They've drawn a lot of cards with it. They've shown several... Oh, they didn't draw anything in response. That's strange. And then... I guess... I have 9 cards. I need to discard 2. This thing's expensive. And... Coiling Oracle doesn't do a lot. Alright, the Edgar Markov player replayed the Pawn, the Stormkirk, and the Viscera Seer, keeping the Noble in their hand. Alright, the Trapjaw's back, and the Burging is back. Alright, we got a Supreme Inquisitor. Tap 5 untapped wizards, search target player's library for up to 5 cards, and exile them. Alright. Weird card. And they're activating Jace. Discarded another counterspell, a Hinder this time. Alright, they ticked up Jace on the Stormkirk Noble, which makes perfect sense. Oh, a doubling season, wow. A little bit scared of these counterspells. A little bit scared of these counterspells. Have to play a card. I don't really want to use Gavany Township to swing at Jace. I think this opponent's got that pretty much under control. The Blade of Selves would be very, very good. I think I can wait on that. Just go ahead and play the Doubling Season. See if it gets countered. Alright, and it didn't get countered. And I'm going to go ahead and say go. I'm going to hold up the Sundering Growth. I know my opponent has a Caged Sun. I will waste a Sundering Growth for no Populate value if I have to. Alright, we got a Gatekeeper Malakir here. Without enough mana to play the Stromkirk Noble, unless they play a land. I don't know if they've played one yet. Naturally, they've chosen the Azami player. So we've seen the Cyclonic Rift. Alright, opponent's all in at Jace. This kills Jace unless they have interaction. Alright, we've got a Descendants Path. Very good for dinosaurs. Alright, I've decided to go for it and try out the Blade of Selves. Hopefully my opponent isn't that threatened by it right now. We'll see. And I'm equipping it to the duplicate. And I'm attacking with the duplicate. Hopefully this works. I have to attack the Manaru player with the real one. Alright, and we got ourselves a Myriad trigger. That's awesome. Let's see how this works with Doubling Season. That's awesome. Let's go for that guy, and that guy, and that guy, and that guy. I guess I missed that the Trapjaw actually kills one of my duplicates. It's actually not a big deal, because I do... Oh, these get X... Yeah, that's actually pretty bad. I can Sundering Growth the Descendants Path if they decide to do that. And that gives me a copy of the duplicate, killing the Trapjaw. So this is pretty awesome. Blade of Selves is seriously like the second best card in the deck. The best is Seance, which is crazy good. Alright, they're sacking all their permanents to get the Eldrazi spawn. Alright, they're blocking with one of the Eldrazi spawn, and then the Tyrant is blocking. I was thinking of warning them in chat, but I'm not going to warn them. I kind of want them to go for it. Alright, he has picked the original one, so let's go ahead and Sundering Growth, Descendants Path. Card you don't see very often. And I'll make a copy of a token. Excuse me, 2 copies. Kill the Trapjaw. Kill a Vamp. Oh, I can't kill a Vamp. It's non-token. So they both got to kill the Trapjaw. But I got some good blockers. We'll use the ability. And then I don't have to worry about losing my original duplicate. Although I get to keep these 2 tokens, but not these other 3. Even a Doubling Season token, if it says, see, it still exiles all 4 of them. One of them already died. But even the Doubling Season ones, they get exiled just the same. So I think that was a pretty good turn for me. Alright, got a Blood Crazed Paladin in his battlefield with is an 8/8. Alrighty then. Alright, opponent swinging the 8/8 at the Geschaft player. And we got a Kindred Dominance. So unfortunately I didn't get to keep up the Rootborn defense. But still a pretty good turn for me all in all. Alright, there's a Geschaft. That's a pretty big daddy. Oh, it's coming at me. That makes sense. I forgot I had haste. That makes perfect sense. I didn't mess them up pretty bad last turn. Looks like they hit no dinosaurs. That's unfortunate for them. Alright, there's that Cage Sun. I finally drew another land. Is that what I want to keep up? I don't think it might. Yeah, I guess the see if they got a counter now. Yeah, I got a counter. This controller draws a card, and you draw a card. All right. That's not good news. I'm going to take a lot of damage next turn. I was not expecting that Wrath. That Wrath hurt me a ton. Especially since I lost the duplicate, which would allow me to deal with these creatures on the battlefield. Holy cow, we got a True Conviction here. So everything has double strike. That's not good. I could be dead. Oh, that's a big ouch. They're going after the zombie player. I honestly don't blame them. They complaining about being ganged up on, but they have played and discarded so many counter spells. Like, you want to get rid of that deck if you want to play Magic. So I take 6 damage. And the zombie is out. Oh my god. Everybody's got a True Conviction. But me. That's me dead. That's commander damage. That sucks. Hey, gave him the GG. So holy cow, they actually hit a ton of really good dinosaurs. That's nuts. Alright, so I'm sure you can tell from the board state that this game didn't actually go on for much longer than this. So I've clicked into the replay. I'll go ahead and play it at the normal speed. I've got a Patron of the Vein. It's a 4/4 flying, but compared to all these guys, it looks pretty pathetic. We've got a Vanquisher's Banner and a Raging Raptors. And then they swing with the 5/9 haste, the flyer, basically. Zetalpa? Zetalpa. I don't know why I can't pronounce that. And then the opponent drew Decimate, which killed the True Conviction, the Drana that was just played, a land, and a Skull Clamp. And the other opponent conceded right then and there, because a bunch of 2/2 first strikers don't compare to these double striking haste, life, blink. Yeah. So that was the game. It's cool to see the dinos win though. So it was cool to see Dinos win, and I got to showcase a little bit of what my deck can do, but not as much as I might have liked to have. And that was a pretty short game, so I'm going to do a double header and just tack on another game right at the end of this, and hopefully I get a chance to really showcase what the deck can do. Alright, I got another game I'm going to play this time. And this is a pretty keepable hand. Rate of replication's good. We got two Jodas. We're going to keep this hand. So Joda is, you may pay one of every color rather than pay the mana cost for spells. And then we have another Rune, which is probably playing a very different deck than what I'm playing because nobody's really playing this deck. Got a turn 1 Leyline of Sanctity, and I drew a Tranquil Cove, so I'll go ahead and play that. A couple of lands for all my opponents. I'm going to play the Mirror Pool because that enters the battlefield tapped, and just pass the turn. Got a Sensei's Defining Top and a Spin on a Joda over here. And they've decided to draw the card and put this top on top. I'm not sure why. Maybe so they could auto-yield. Seems strange to do it that it would cost you a mana. We got an Eiley. Sylvan Ranger finds a land for the Rune player. I drew a Loxodon Hierarch. Still nothing really to play. I'm not going to Harmonic Sliver the thing. I'm just going to play Tropical Island, tap down, say go. The top's back as well as a Thought Vessel. Maybe they sacrificed it so they could draw the card, and I don't know why they're using it to draw a card. Very strange. Got a Basilica over here for Joda number 2. Alright, and the other Rune player just played a land, tap down. I'm going to go ahead and play me a Hierarch. A lot of people forget that this has an ability beyond just gain 4 life when it enters the battlefield. It's Wrath protection. Well, it regenerates. So certain wraths, not actual Wrath of God, but a lot of other wraths, Loxodon Hierarch can protect you from. And people forget that kind of often. So if I'm worried about Wrath or something like that, I might keep those 2 mana up if I can, and if that's something that I'm worried about. So we got an Aether Flash over here. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, Aether Flash does 2 damage to it. So that's a weird one. Land go for the other 2 opponents, and we have another one of probably the 3rd best card in the deck. Is the Vitu-Ghazi Guild Mage. I think I would rather be able to activate her, and that means that I can set up this doubling season now, and if it lives, I can activate her later. So we'll just play the doubling season. I know I have Rune. I think I forgot about it, Rune last game. I decided I wanted to play the doubling season instead. Last game I had mana problems, so it just kind of made me... I just added the Rune to the deck as the commander. It used to be Angus Mackenzie, just for the colors, but I decided Rune does have some synergies with the deck. And it might give you something to do if you're not drawing the specific pieces of the deck that you want. Opponent keeps playing and tapping their top. I'm not sure why. And we got a Light Mine Field. Whenever one more creature deals damage or attack, Light Mine Field deals damage to each of those creatures. Attack anybody. And then we got a Heliod. Makes tokens. Also, creatures you control have vigilance other than Heliod. Alright, we got a Mirari's Wake over here. Not a fan of Mirari's Wake. I mean, I'm a fan of it. It's an awesome card. not a fan of it being on my opponent's side of the board. I lose the Harmonic Sliver, unfortunately, to the Aether Flash. I can't play the Vitu-Ghazi Guildmage, actually, into the Aether Flash either. Interesting. But I might like some tokens to populate before I Sundering Growth, and it hurts other opponents. I think I need to deal with the or the that's my only green? Really, I only have one green. That sucks. Alright. And do I want to keep mana up? Yeah, okay, I'm going to keep mana up just in case. Probably won't use it. Sunbird's Invocation. So, I don't know. I might want to make a bunch of Loxodon Hierarchs next turn. Just to deal with that Sunbird's Invocation. And we got a Font of Mythos. Each player's draw step, they draw 2 extra cards, so it's a double Howling Mind. So I'm not going to play the Sundering Growth. It is an instant. I might want to write a replication, my Loxodon Hierarch. I get 2 of them. And then I get 2 more for Sundering Growth. So, might be something I want to do. Not sure. I draw 3 cards next turn, so we'll see what happens. Alright, we got a Rishadan Footpad, which, thank God I left open mana. It dies, but each opponent sacrifices a permanent unless they tap 2 mana. Yes, please. Kind of a cheap thing to play in Commander Online where people just F8 just for, you know, to make the game go faster. And you take advantage of them for doing that. For wanting to make the game go faster by playing cards like this. Alright, the Light Field and the Eily are down. And even my opponent just tapped out mana. Alright, so we got Wood Elves, which dies. What do I want to do? Do I need to deal with the Sunbird's Invocation? It's a very good card. I'm not sure that Rite of Replicating is the best value. And I do eventually want to deal with this Aether Flash, but I'm going to do it. This is part of how, like, not always are you able to get the pieces of the deck that you want. I attack the opponent who's been playing a lot of things that are causing me trouble. Opponent's just keeping mana up. Got a weird lair land here. Alright, I got an Ob Nixilis Unshackled. So I want to be careful with my Wood Elves here. Don't want to take 10 damage. Lose 10 life, technically. Alright, I've got an Acidic Slime. Probably coming for the doubling season. Unless my opponent really needs the Aether Flash gone, but my guess is it's the doubling season. Nope, it's the Aether Flash. So that's pretty cool. Now I can play the Guildmage and get a bunch of value from that. Alright, except we got a Starstorm, and I don't have the mana up to Loxodon Hierarch, unfortunately. I do have enough mana to make the 3/3. And Ob Nixilis is dead. Starstorm's an instant, so it responded to the trigger for the Acidic Slime dying. So at least I can get 3/3 tokens going. That's not as good as regular tokens, like tokens of creatures that do good things when they enter the battlefield. But I haven't drawn much of that part of my deck yet. Just the right of replication, which I kind of wasted. Alright, I got Clone Legion, which is a crazy late game card. And I got Tree Folk, which brings back Harmonic Sliver, probably. So 1, 2, 3 gets me a forest. Leaves me with 6 mana because I can play a land here, which is not enough to play and activate. So we'll go ahead and we'll play the Vitu-Ghazi and say go. No reason to activate it now. With enough mana, I might be able to copy. Oh, this makes a creature token too. I don't have any other colorless mana. I forgot. I thought it was just instant and sorcery. It's actually not why it's in the deck. It's there because it makes a copy of a creature. Got a Hedron Archive over here. They played and tapped the top again. And then we got Caltrops. Whenever a creature attacks, Caltrops deals 1 damage to it. Opponent really doesn't want attacking going on, huh? Alright, got a Propaganda. Another opponent that doesn't want to be attacked. I do it by just creating a bunch of creatures. And I'm going to make a couple of tokens in a turn. There we go. And they're shiny. Alright, I drew an Acidic Slime. So, I'm not sure what I do here. There's not a lot of value to playing the rune. So I guess I'll get a forest. Do I need the mana for anything? I'm not really that worried about the Propaganda. I'm not really worried about the Caltrops. I'm a little worried about the Hedron Archive, but I don't think I need to do anything. Although I am planning on attacking that person. I just think they're the biggest threat right now. And I'm probably going to get some retaliation for this. But I want to actually leave up mana for this ability. So maybe I shouldn't worried about an untapped land. And I'll play the Citadel and say go. Alright, got a Knowledge Exploration on me. Searching for an instant or sorcery card. Not sure what they get. I'm sure there's a Cyclonic, but that only targets one thing. Not sure what else there is. Alright, they got a Courser's Accord, which is a pretty bad card, even in my deck. I got an Amulet of Vigor. And a Rhystic Study. And finally, a Phyrexian Metamorph. Not sure what they're getting. This one has Vigilance. It's a Vigilance 0/0. And they got the Guild Mage. Or, nope, they made another Font of Mythos. Wow. Why is it doing that? That is a lot of cards per turn. That actually doesn't benefit me very much because my cards aren't very good. Got an austere command: destroy all artifacts, destroy all enchantments. So we will go ahead and populate right now. That was pretty good for me. I lose the doubling season, but I'm still doing all right. Alright, and I drew a Mole Drifter, which is pretty good. It's going to be even better when I get a Clone Legion it and populate it later. So let's go. Let's see what we draw here. I don't have any way of getting a colorless right now. Just cast. Definitely don't want to evoke it. Want it in the on the battlefield. Cackling counterpart. So that makes a copy of a Mole Drifter. So that's pretty good. But I can't cast it right now if I want to populate. Am I still threatened by Sir Anthony? Am I threatened by the... I can't attack Rune, really. I mean, it's... They're going to feel I'm picking on them, and I am. But I think it's still technically correct. I got a lot of tokens. I need to use them. Alright, that's unfortunate. Got an Earthquake. Nothing I can do about it. I'm not going to Cackling Counterpart the Mole Drifter. I could. Not going to worry about it. Oh, I don't need to. I still can at end of turn. I forgot Earthquake doesn't hit flyers. An impressive Rico of 2 Reflections. Very good card. Once you make tokens or copy instants and sorceries. Got a Mana Crypt over here for Rune. And a Fathom Mage. And they got their own Mole Drifter, which evolves the Fathom Mage, so they're drawing a lot of cards here. Looks like they're going to keep up Mole Drifter's ability. I might get attacked by Rune. Yep, I'm getting attacked by Rune. Not surprising. Not going to block. Although the real Mole Drifter is less valuable than the token that I create. But still, not going to block. Got a Sylvan Tutor. And they got a Revelark. So what's that bring back? Nothing? Elvish Visionary? Alright, so I'm a little worried about this mana that's open over here. But I'm gonna go ahead and Cackling Counterpart my Mole Drifter. And it resolved. Draw 2 cards. Eyes on the Sky, another bad card, but a Sun Titan, which can get back Harmonic Sliver or Vitu-Ghazi gives. Oh, it gets back the Guild Mage. Makes me a pretty big threat. People might feel they need to answer. We'll see how things go. Got a Tundra there. Play a Island. My mana's not that. My mana's pretty good at this point. The Deadwood Tree Folk doesn't uses up my mana a little better because I can actually cast the Vitu-Ghazi Guild Mage. Yeah, I don't care. The Sun Titan can attack next turn and get back more things. It's also a bigger body. And I'm going to go ahead and attack the Joda opponent who keeps wrathing me. And say go. Leaving up the ability to populate a Mole Drifter. Alright, we got a Subterranean Tremors for 6. I'm going to go ahead and populate and draw 2 cards. So this is why I've been hitting them. The longer they live, the more wrath they draw. So I want to end that. So I can recover pretty easily. I'm not that worried about it. Alright, they're exiling their Fathom Mage. So they get to keep that around. And I get to populate now. Now it doesn't kill the Mole Drifters. I just realized. I drew a duplicate. So that's pretty good. And a couple other good cards. I got a Gilded Lotus. And a Chandra Torch of Defiance. Unfortunately, the Rune player they have to go. So that's unfortunate. So exile the top card. It's a Trespasser's Curse. That's unfortunate because it changes the game quite a bit. Alright, so I'm definitely swinging at that Chandra. Opponent accused me of having tunnel vision, but I'm definitely killing a Chandra. I do recognize a bigger threat when I see him. So the other advantage of not playing the Deadwood Treefolk last turn is that I can use it to get back the Sun Titan. And opponent's not drawing more than 1 card per turn, so I might actually be able to keep, outplay all these wraths. And let's get back to Vichugati Guild Mage. And I'm discarding a card. I guess that's fine. The Yavimaya Dryad's pretty low on the totem pole right now. I don't really want to take off 3 mana. I could have maybe hit the Gilded Lotus. I actually forgot I could do that. And maybe I should have. And it's another one. This one actually kills my Mole Drifters. But then I get back the Sun Titan again, I guess. Jeez, that's a lot of earthquakes. That's why I've been targeting that opponent. Oh, that actually did a bunch of... They've done a bunch of damage to themselves as well. Alright, that's a Nicol Bolas. That sucks. Destroy target creature, draw a card. Each opponent, unless that player sacrifices non-land permanent or discards a card. I'll lose 3 life. I don't really care. Alright, the other opponent discarded a card. They discarded Curse of Oblivion. Alright, so I have enough mana to keep up this Cackling Counterpart and play the Sun Titan. Hopefully my opponent forgets about that, uses Nicol Bolas, and I'm able to copy it as in response, and then swing back at the Nicol Bolas. Still no colorless mana here. I'm not sure. There's got to be some in the deck. I don't think it was a total deck building mistake. And if my opponent doesn't do any of that, I probably cackling counterpart anyways. Unfortunately, I haven't really had an opportunity to kill this Gilded Lotus. I'd like to. I just... too many threats going on I've had to deal with. Alright, got a Diabolic Tutor. Opponent plays an Academy Rector. So, I was thinking about it, and I might want to use it now. I can use the Cackling Counterpart now. I can get back this Harmonic Sliver and kill the Gilded Lotus. It's a little dangerous if they Wrath, but if they Wrath, I lose the Sun Titan anyways, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. I'm probably going to Cackling Counterpart, and I still have a Stolen Identity, which I can hit a duplicate with, and so I think I'm going to do that on this person's end step. Although I can technically do it now. And it also precludes targeted removal, killing my Sun Titan. No, I overtapped, I think. And Harmonic Sliver. Yes, please. And the Gilded Lotus is down. Alright, we got a giant Avacyn Archangel of Hope. It's actually pretty good because I have this duplicate. Destroy target creature, they destroy the token. That's fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and duplicate that thing. Yes. And then do I Stolen Identity, imprint this? I'd really like to kill this opponent just to get him done with. But I want to kill Nicobolus as well. I guess I can imprint the... I'm worried about what this Academy Rector can do as well. So let's copy the duplicate. And cipher on... It sucks to have to put it on such a small creature, but I guess this Harmonic Sliver. I guess I can't kill both of them, can I? Oh, they quit and did me a favor. They shouldn't have. Alright. Did I miss my attack with my Sun Titan? Did I unclick it? That's dumb. What? How did I... That's actually critical. Something happened there. Alright, I got in. I didn't get in with the Sun Titan. Yeah, we're going to cast it on the Sun Titan. And we'll get back Yavimaya Dryad, I guess. They don't have a forest. Yep. Unfortunate misclick. Or whatever that was. Go down, go away. And, there we go. No. And we'll go ahead and Seagate Oracle. Guess I'll take a Farhive and Elf. Alright, they killed the real duplicate because that thing was an 8/8. So I gotta keep the copy though, so that's nice. Alright, my opponent decided to just leave Magic online and time out instead of conceding like a rational person. They were dead in 2 turns. I might not have even attacked the Nicol Bolas. But with everybody leaving, it's hard to say if I was the true winner of that game. But I still feel like a winner because I made 3 Muldrifters and 2 Sun Titans and 2 duplicates. And I mean, I still had a Clone Legion in my hand. And that would have been an amazing card next turn if they hadn't dealt with any part of my board. Any creature they play gets duplicated. So I got to showcase what the deck can really do. Whether or not, you know, that's a true... It's a victory, but it's not really a clean win. But it still was a fun game, and I really got to showcase what the deck can do. So that was my Copulate deck. It's a crazy niche deck that I just came up with one day. I just decided, hey, Populate and token copies of creatures. Does that work together? The answer is kind of. And it's a lot of fun, though. It's one of my favorite decks to play, even if it doesn't win very often, because it just does cool things. And sometimes I'll even sit through 3 or 4 losses just to get an opportunity to do what I did in that last game, which was pretty cool. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.